Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Thursday evening to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. We are in episode 4 of our Chicago Bulls Road to the NBA Finals 2K22 Series 1. And we are facing off against the Cleveland Cavaliers in Chicago for Game 4. So, Game 3 we had won our first game in Chicago for the playoffs. I think it was like 102 to 70 something. So if Cleveland wins today's game, there will be a game 5. If not, if we win today's episode, we sweep the Cavaliers. So if Cleveland wins, there'll be another game, and it will be played in Northeast Ohio. So we don't know who we're going to play yet, but I know if we make the finals, we'll probably face off against the Utah Jazz. So we're going to show you the uniforms, and we'll see you into tip-off. Alright, so the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be wearing their classic away 2003 through 2010 red uniforms on the road in Chicago. But for the Chicago Bulls, they're going to be wearing their black statement uniforms with the black pinstripe jerseys and the word Chicago on top. So we'll see you guys at tip-off. Here we are at the United Center in Chicago. So the Cavaliers have won the tip-off. So Darius Garland and the Cavs have the first possession. And it is Nikola Vucevic who makes that steal. He's going to pass that to Lonzo Ball to start off the game. He makes a nice dunk. So it's now a 2-0 Chicago Bulls lead. So now it is Darius Garland. He gets blocked there. So Jarrett Allen, he's going to pass it to Caris LeVert. And then some Evan Mobley. So Mobley, the USC product, gets that in there for 2. So we're going to pass this off to Zach LaVine. I did not mean to do the favorite plays there. I just randomly selected on my PS4 controller. So Zach LaVine drills a 3 from behind the arc, and it's now 5-2 at this point. So Darius Garland, he's going to pass that to Caris LeVert, and then Garland getting that in there for 2. So it's now 5-4 Chicago. Javonte Green passing that to DeMar DeRozan, and DeMar DeRozan with that nice dunk. So it's now going to be a 7-4 Chicago lead. Alright, so it's now 7-4. Cedi Osman getting that in there for 2. Darius Garland with the assist. So I got some Lonzo Ball in some action. He is going to go up. Oh, he gets blocked. And now Caris LeVert is going to pass it to Cedi Osman. So Cedi Osman, he is going to dunk that in. So the Cavs have the first lead of the game. So I'm going to pass that to Zach LaVine and then back to DeMar DeRozan. So may as well shoot a 3 for DeRozan while you're at it. And it's now 10-8 here in Chicago. And now Darius Garland dribbles the basketball, making that nice spin move, passing it to Osman. Gets that in for 2. So it's tied up 10-10 here in Chicago. So now it is Lonzo Ball losing the basketball. Cleveland picks it up. And it appears that it's a jump ball situation for the Bulls and the Cavaliers. So look at that nice block that Jarrett Allen made. So he was traded to the Brooklyn Nets for the James Harden trade, as you guys recall. And Javonte Green and the Bulls have won that tip-off, so now we get to shoot that in for 2. Now it is 12-10. Both teams have at least 5 field goals made. The Cavs are perfect, and I thought they weren't going to make that 3, but they did, so it's now a 13-12 Cavaliers lead. Now Lonzo Ball, he's going to knock this from downtown. It's now 15-13. Evan Mobley, what's he going to do? Pass that to Darius Garland. So now Darius Garland has possession. So what's he going to do? He is going to pass that to Mobley. And there is a foul. It's on Lonzo Ball, by the way. And Evan Mobley, he's going to go to the free throw line. and hopefully he could get at least one additional point for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He does that, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to pass that over to Tristan Thompson, the former Cleveland Cavaliers player. Gets that in there for 2, and we're actually going to take a small break. All right, so it's now 21-16 here in Chicago. Colin Sexton, the Alabama product, where is he going to shoot this from? Is he actually going to pass it to a teammate, or will he just shoot it in before clock expires? He shoots that in, so there's 1.6 seconds to go, and we're going to shoot this from 3 to end the first quarter. The buzzer beater by Troy Brown Jr., and it is now officially a 24-18 lead here in Chicago. All right, it's now 24-18 here in Chicago. Bulls have made 4 threes and 4 points off of turnovers. Evan Mobley has a shooting foul. So Lonzo Ball, he is going to the free throw line for the first attempt here. And will he get it in for the second one, Lonzo Ball? Yes, he will. It is now 26-18. Evan Mobley passing that to Rondo and off to Colin Sexton. And now Sexton, what's he going to do? He's actually going to get that in for 2 points. So it's now 26-20. Lonzo Ball has possession of the basketball right now. So he's going to go up and he's going to dunk that in. All right, it's now 31-20. Kobe White has possession of the basketball. He is going to dunk that in the paint for 2 points. So Jarrett Allen tries to block him, but that block seems to be unsuccessful. So now Rajon Rondo, who was the 2008 NBA Finals champion with the Boston Celtics, passing that off to Colin Sexton, and Rondo will get the assist. So now I'm going to pass it off to Tristan Thompson, the former Cavaliers player, dunks that in. It's now 35-22 here in the 3-1-2. So now Colin Sexton has possession of the basketball. So what's he going to do? He's going to pass that to Jarrett Allen. Do you think that Jarrett Allen's going to knock down a 3, or will it be Colin Sexton that has possession of the basketball? So Colin Sexton, he is going to make a decent layup there, and it's now 35-24. So our bench is outscoring the Cavs bench by 8. So now we got Kobe White here getting this in there for 2. The Cavaliers are going to take a timeout. We're taking a short break. All right, so now Zach LaVine and the Bulls are going to pass this off to DeMar DeRozan. So DeRozan, he's going to go make this in for 3. So it's now 42-29. The Bulls are up by 13 in Chicago at the United Center. They're going to pass that off to Darius Garland. They're going to pass it to Caris LeVert. So Caris LeVert, what is he going to do? He's going to make a slam for Cleveland. So now I'm going to pass it off to Nikola Vucevic and then back to DeRozan. So DeRozan getting that lay in there. So it's now 44-31 with 44.1 seconds to go. Jarrett Allen, what is he going to do? Pass that to Caris LeVert. And LeVert has possession. What's he going to do? Going to get that in for 2. So it's now an 11-point lead for the Bulls lead. All right, so now 22.2 seconds remaining. Zach LaVine passing it to Vucevic and then back to Derrick Jones Jr. and then DeRozan. So Jones Jr. is going to get the assist there. So Kevin Love passing it to Darius Garland and then Caris LeVert. So Caris LeVert's going to get that one in for 2. So now I'm going to pass it off to DeRozan. So DeRozan to end the first half shoots it in from 3, 52-37 from Chicago. All right, so now DeMar DeRozan with 18 points. He's going to pass that deep to Derrick Jones Jr., and it is Lonzo Ball with the assist. So now it's an 18-point lead here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So Darius Garland making that nice dunk there, and it's now 55-39. And now Lonzo Ball, he is going to pass that to Vucevic and then back to Javonte Green, number 24 there. gets it in for 2, so it's now 57-39. Evan Mobley passing it to Karis LeVert, and then Jarrett Allen getting that in for 2, so it's now 57-41. Passing that off to Lonzo Ball, and then some Zach LaVine, and LaVine gets that in there for 2, so it's now almost a 20-point lead for the Chicago Bulls here in the 3-1-2. So now Darius Garland passing it to Karis LeVert. Garland is going to put up the assist. So it's now 59-44. However, Chicago has made 5 more three-pointers than the Bulls. So it's now 61-44. So Darius Garland and the Cavaliers take a timeout. We are actually going to take a short break. And we are back from the break, so I'm going to pass this off to Kobe White, and then Tony, and then Bradley, and then some DeMar DeRozan. So DeMar DeRozan's going to get this one in for 2, and the Cavs are trailing by 4. They have made a nice comeback once at it, and Rajon Rondo, the former LA Lakers player, passing it to Lauri Markkanen, who does make his return to Chicago. He's going to knock down a 3 from downtown, and we really haven't seen him a whole lot. Chicago is 8 for 10. They're 80%, 7 for 11, 64% for the Cavaliers in three-point shooting. Will we get this one in? Unfortunately, no. Will the Cavaliers make their first lead of the game? Rather, will they actually tie this one up and mark it in? It's now 64-63. I'm trying to do a corner shot with Kobe White, and then he misses that. Cavaliers do have possession, by the way, 16.5 seconds to be exact. So he's going to pass it to Karis LeVert. So now Karis LeVert, he's going to pass that to Cedi Osman, knocks it down from 3. So it's now 67-63. So we're going to pass that to some Zach LaVine. 5 seconds on the clock. Shot clock, rather. And this ends the third. Alright, 4 minutes to go here in Chicago. And Cleveland is taking this lead pretty seriously here. They want to win a game in this series. And they don't want to be swept by this really decent Chicago Bulls team. And we're going to pass that to Nikola Vucevic and then back to Javonte Green. Vucevic will pick up the assist. So the Cavaliers are going to take a timeout. Alright, 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in Chicago. Bulls are trailing by 4, so Zach LaVine, he's going to get that layup for 2 points. So it's now 71-69. And now it is Colin Sexton, the Alabama product. He is going to dribble his way or maybe do a little crossover, pass it to Osman, looking at the crowd, looking at the Cavs fans rooting from Chicago, saying, we're going to come and win this game, and then we'll probably win it in Northeast Ohio again. So now, let's see, Javonte Green made that in, so now Darius Garland makes a nice spin move, passes it to Kevin Love for 2, so Garland is going to pick up that assist for Chicago. And there's about 2:18 to go in the fourth, so I'm going to pass it to DeMar DeRozan. And that dunk was not going to be counted for, so it is considered to be a 1-star rating, that dunk. So it's now 78-71. So now I'm going to pass it off to Zach LaVine. I'm going to try to knock down a 3 from downtown. So it's now 78-74 here in Chicago with 1:50 to go. So if the Cavs win it, there will be one more game, but it's going to be played at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, where we began this series to start off with. And we're going to use some Darius Garland. He is going to pass that to Kevin Love. So that is going to be a Bulls timeout. Cedi Osman is your player of the game for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So there is a high probability that the Cavs will probably win this episode, And I'm going to pass it off to Javonte Green. So Green's going to get this one in for 2 points. And the Cavaliers are going to take another timeout. Alright, so Nikola Vucevic is going to pass it to some Zach LaVine. And Zach LaVine's going to get that in there for 2 points. So it's now 78-82 with 1:16 to go. And Jarrett Allen is going to pass that to Caris LeVert. And Caris LeVert loses a basketball. DeRozan picks it up. And we're going to knock down a 3 from behind the arc. So it's now 82-81. There is 1 minute to go. Cleveland wants to win their first game of this series. The Bulls, they want to win this game out. So Zach LaVine, he is going to knock a 3 from downtown. He, in fact, does. So it's now 84-84 at the moment. Jarrett Allen passing it to Caris LeVert. So now Caris LeVert, he's going to do a nice spin move. Gets that in for 2. So it's now 86-84 at the moment. Passing it to Nikola Vucevic. Gets this in from downtown. So it's now 87-86. The Bulls are going to try to make a nice comeback once at it. So now Caris LeVert, he is going to pass that to Cedi Osman. 29 seconds to go. The Bulls take the final time out of the game. Alright, so now we're going to pass it to Moshe, and then DeMar DeRozan's going to knock this from downtown. And the Cavs are going to take their final timeout. Alright, the Cavs are leading by 1 point, 18.9 seconds to go here in Chicago. LaVine, he's going to have the opportunity to knock down a 3 to send the Cavaliers home. He does it with 9.5 seconds to go. So now we're just going to dribble, and there is a foul. It's on Darius Garland. So we still have possession of the basketball. 4.4 seconds. Another foul made by the Cavaliers. They seriously don't want to go home and watch the rest of the NBA playoffs. But now Zach LaVine, he's going to go to the free-throw line. He made a game-winning 3-point shot to end round 1 of the playoffs. So the Chicago Bulls win the series 4-0. So they send the Cleveland Cavaliers home. So they beat their rivals, and they sent the Cleveland Cavaliers home. They advance on to the second round. We will show you the statistics right now. Alright, for our new player of the game, DeMar DeRozan, the Bulls won. They advance on to second round. The Cavaliers don't. 26 points for him today, and he had 1 dunk in all. Zach LaVine, 22 points, 2 assists, 1 steal on the day. He was 4 for 4 in the 3-point line. Lonzo Ball had 2 dunks on the day, 11 points, 2 assists for him as well. Javonte Green, 10 points, 1 assist on the day. Kobe White, he had 8 points in all, and he had a dunk as well. Tristan Thompson, 6 points, 1 rebound on the day, and a dunk. By the way, LaVine did make a 3-point game winner to send the Cavs home. And speaking of the Cavs, we're going to go over their statistics right now. Cedi Osman, 18 points, 1 steal, 1 dunk on the day. Jarrett Allen, 15 points in all. He did have a block there, and he only had 1 3. Caris LeVert, 13 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists, 1 steal on the day, and he had a dunk too. Lauri Markkanen, he was 2 for 3 in the 3-point line, 10 points in all. Nice return for him in Chicago, but the Cavs will not advance to second round, so sad to see. Rajon Rondo, 8 points in all, 2 assists on the day for him. Colin Sexton, 8 points, 2 assists for him as well. Evan Mobley, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and that wraps it up here in Chicago. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next episode.